Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you most deliciously wherever you are in the world. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, my juice little lights. Thank you, little lights. You're delicious and bright, yes. So so it's 5 to 1 in the afternoon, my delicious little babies, on the 5th of July 2025. We got a very grey sky. There's no way I shouldn't imagine that the sunshine is going to be cracking out today. But it is rather muggy, so it's pretty warm, but it's that muggy weather, like that sticky kind of weather. It's that kind of weather, my delicious babies. Anyway, never mind, it's not raining. It was raining yesterday evening, my delicious little babies. Now then, okay, but it was pleasant in the day. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now then, so I've got 4 bits of information for you, my delicious little babies. Yes, I have been listening to some videos, and so we're gonna see what one's thoughts are about this. Now, for the majority who are in geopolitical, my delicious little babies, well, they will already know this, I should imagine. And they probably may even know the uploaders, I do not know. But for myself personally, I have not seen these videos before. So this is new to myself, my delicious little babies, okay? So let's get to the first one, shall we, my delicious little babies? So this video here, my delicious little babies, they're all on YouTube, is just over 41 minutes long, my delicious little babies, okay? And the uploader happens to have 480,000 subscribers, my delicious little babies. And this one is called capital C, casual, space, capital S, scholar. Okay, my delicious little babies. So it should read, should anybody have any form of an interest, once tapped into the old space bar in YouTube, casual space scholar. That's the upload of my delicious little babies. And with anybody not in that way, not in that way. Okay, my delicious little babies. This video should read the most insane dictatorship on earth. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? Very important, there we are, to not only listen to the video, my delicious little babies, but please and thank you, but to read some of the comments. There we are, my delicious little babies, okay? And yeah, this is all to do with as well. It's to do with the cotton fields and things like this now then. And this is to do with Turkmenistan, my delicious little babies, okay? Somebody put in one of the comments, something to do with slavery. Then, of course, somebody else put, to do with Romania. And so somebody else put, when they, what was it, when somebody had stopped black cars entering the country, saying that it was bad luck, my delicious little babies. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, there's a fair bit in it. I'm 3/4 of the way through listening to this because I saved it on my, for videos to watch, my delicious little babies. Yeah, it is, there we are, interesting to take a listen to, my delicious little babies. Okay, so that's that one ticked off, okay? Now then, but of course, any country under a dictatorship is that is certainly not a good thing, is it, my delicious little babies? No. Anyway, my delicious little babies. So the next one, my delicious little babies. Now I'm going to leave that one a moment because I want to talk about that, my delicious little babies. I want to have a little chatty about that. So the next one, my delicious little babies. Now this video here happens to be 1 hour, 26 minutes and so many seconds, my delicious little babies, okay? So this is the longest video today, my delicious little babies. this uploader happens to have 28.3 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies. And the uploader is called capital S in the old space bar in YouTube. Again, my delicious little babies, Silk space capital R road, and then space capital A Asian, and then space capital H history. Okay, my delicious little babies. So it should read in the old space bar once tapped in. Silk space road space Asian space history. My delicious little babies can. So this one uploaded, was it about 7 months ago or something? Oh, anyway, my delicious little babies can. This video should read, a dying king, what really killed the Shah of Iran. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? A dying king, what really killed the Shah of Iran. Okay, so now we're going to tick that one off, my delicious little babies. Now, yeah, this is very detailed. I mean, I personally found all of these videos interesting to watch, and like I said, there's just the last one. I'm just going to watch the last little bit to it. Yeah. So the king of Shah, well, he fell poorly. Okay, my delicious little babies, and there happened to be a lot of doctors involved, and and everything like this. Now, then, okay. It's also important to note the way that they were dressed. Okay, my delicious little babies. But also for the fact that they believe. I mean, a lot of the comments were, of a positive nature, my delicious little babies. You did have the odd one, where they had a different view, my delicious little babies, okay? But, well, the fact of the matter is, if somebody's not very well, you found a way to get them better. But listening to this video, my delicious little babies, there was a lot of, there we are, different things going on, my delicious little babies, okay? So I just thought I'd mention that to you, my delicious little babies. Like I said, for some, you may very well know all about this, my delicious little babies. But for myself, this is the first time of me hearing it, my delicious little babies, okay? The next one, my delicious little babies. Now, this uploader happens to have 80.5 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies. This video, I think, is... what one's this one? Is it just over 26 minutes long? Okay, my delicious little babies. In the old space bar in YouTube, my delicious little babies. Capital D, decoding, space, capital C, China. Okay, my delicious little babies. So it should read, once tapped into the old space bar in YouTube, my delicious little babies, decoding space China. Okay, my delicious little babies, that does not mean no. Now then, the video should read, all of Chinese society is entering a pressure cooker state, ready to explode. Okay, my delicious little babies, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you, shall I? All of Chinese society is entering a pressure cooker state, ready to explode. Okay, my delicious little babies, we're going to tick this one off. Now then, I also advertise the space China show, my delicious little babies, on old YouTube, my delicious little babies, okay? They're now up to, 358,000 subscribers, my delicious little babies. They also, each of them, because they're friends, bless, they have their own channels, plus they have another, I was watching another one of them yesterday. There was another channel as well that's been coming up on my feed. They, so they have a number of channels, my delicious little babies. Okay, so it's very important, should anybody have any form of an interest, my delicious little babies, to listen to the China show, my delicious little babies, okay? because they, as I will repeat again, they have lived there, they have Chinese wives, whiffs, and, Chinese little families and everything, do you know what I mean? And they lived there for many years. So, and they, there we are, will always deliver to the best of their ability and knowledge, there we are, the truth. Okay, my little babies, like the one I was watching yesterday is where apparently the walls are falling down in China. There seemed to be some flooding as well, my delicious little babies, okay? And apparently just when they clear it all up, then of course, they'll have another one. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious little babies? Where do we keep hearing that from with different countries anyway? So, yeah, what this one is here, I'm pretty sure that this has came up on my feed before, Decoding China. So there's a woman who's talking, she's speaking, you cannot see her, but she's speaking and she's showing different videos, okay? And this is showing at the beginning where I'm only explaining from the video that I've seen Martin Little Babies. That's all I'm doing. I'm just explaining. It's okay, Martin Little Babies. But what's happening is that now apparently looking in some of the comments, somebody had put that this has been going on a long time, for a very long time. Okay, Martin Little Babies, but it appears that let's just say some of the population are not liking the Chinese doctors, Martin Little Babies. So what's happening is that some of them are being attacked. Okay, Martin Little Babies. She also talks about, well, this is not the first thing, there are others talking about this as well, as there we are myself, my delicious babies, which I have known, there we are, a long time about this, very sadly, yes I have, but to do with organ harvesting and everything, my delicious babies, okay? And what she's talking about is like families, where they're not very happy. Do you understand what I mean? And that their dear loved ones are just, they're going to into rewind and start again, stumbled there. Well, every reason to. They go into a hospital and, some of them are just, bless them, just not coming out again, my delicious little babies, okay? So it's well worth a listen of that video, my delicious little babies. I haven't listened to any other videos on any of these channels, my delicious little babies. I've only solely just listened to the videos that I'm advertising. So you will find, my delicious little babies, that these will more than likely, from myself, be a one-off that I'm advertising, my delicious little babies. Okay, so, but then, of course, if anybody else wants to look at any other videos that they give out, or they wish to subscribe to some of these channels, then that's absolutely hunky-dory tickety-boo, isn't it, my delicious little babies? Because, for some, they want to know there we are about other things that's going on, my delicious little babies, okay? Now, finally, what I want to say, this here, so in your space bar, my delicious little babies, this is the upload of my delicious little babies, okay? And this is capital R, resonance, okay, my delicious little babies, resonance, okay, my delicious little babies, space plus, so it's just one resonance once, space, capital P plus. That's the uploader, my delicious little babies, okay? And this uploader happens to have 12.5 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? Now, I will repeat this again. I do my videos as a hobby. It is, it's just what I enjoy doing. There we are, my delicious little babies, okay? Occasionally, I will have a day off, my delicious little babies, okay? Because, sometimes, because you're hearing there are so many things now then, okay? Sometimes, it can pee you off, cheese you off sometimes, my delicious little babies. So sometimes, there we are, I just need a break from it, okay? I enjoy what I do, so I'm never moaning about it, because it's what I enjoy doing as a hobby. However, every now and again, there we are, I just take time out. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? Because otherwise it can be, there we are, very overwhelming. Do you understand what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? So this video should read, and out of all the videos I found, I would have said second would have been the one that I've just mentioned, to do with the Chinese society, my delicious little babies, China. Okay, because it all seems to go on over there, doesn't it? Oh, they also talk about in that. Sorry, just going back to that video. That like Chinese, they go to different universities, like in England. Like, and everything like this now. Then, do you know what I mean? But of course, and this is nothing personal against the Chinese. Okay, my delicious little babies, but they want to keep everything in their country, isn't it, under wraps? But they don't mind knowing there we are about everybody else's country. And that is what I stand by. My delicious, there we are, little babies. Okay, I really, really strongly, there we are, stand by that. And who's to say that the ones coming in are not also spying? Because, of course, we've been hearing some of that, haven't we, my delicious little babies, in other countries? Do you see what I mean? Yes. Okay. Not to mention that they were sneaking in a barn in the USA. They were bringing other things in, my delicious little babies. What's all that about? Okay, my delicious little babies. So there's lots going on. There we are. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. So this video should read, and out of all 4 videos, I would say that this is at number 1. I would say for sadness. Okay, my delicious little babies. So I'm not here to hurt, offend, or upset anybody. I'm not here to depress anybody. But there we are. With all of this, it is real life, and and this would be as well worth a watch. My delicious little babies. I think, what is this? Is it under 25 minutes long or something? Okay, and the video should read: meat assaults, chaos, and betrayal. Russian POWs tell it all. Okay, my delicious little babies. So I'll just repeat that again for you, shall I? Meat assaults, chaos, and betrayal. Russian POWs tell it all. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now I'm going to close bar book. So what we've got to do is we've got to remember to go back to where we need to go back to. I think that one was 7 months ago. Okay, my delicious little babies. Yes, it's all ticked off. Now then, my delicious little babies. So there is a number of soldiers in this room, my delicious little babies, and they are being asked questions. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, when you take a look at them, and again, it would be with any of the videos, okay, but especially this one as well, to please take a look. Just a little bit of time out your day on that, should anybody have any form of an interest. There we are, some of the comments, my delicious little babies, you know what I mean, okay? That's why I always feel with anybody, maybe some can just skip through the comments, maybe for some uploaders, maybe they're not bothered. Do you understand what I mean? They couldn't care less, they just want the clicks and subscribers, you know what I mean? Then, of course, they want to get to the stage where they can get the ka-ching, 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 if you follow me, my delicious little babies, but they do not always appreciate, let's just say, who's subscribed or following them, my delicious little babies, okay? But for myself personally, there we are, I happen to find it very important, you know what I mean? And it's very important to listen to feedback from videos. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? That's just my thoughts anyway. But getting back to this video now, my delicious little babies, well, it was rather sad because these soldiers, they're not looking what I feel, and others could clearly see by the comments, my delicious little babies, they're not looking in a very good way at all, my delicious little babies, Kai. Some of them are looking very, they're like the faces are sunken. You can just see the sadness on the birth races, the faces, my delicious little babies, Kai. Put it this way, it's certainly not cracked up as what it's meant to be, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. Very sad, I thought. And nobody should, bless them, anybody to look like that, my delicious little babies, Kai, because they're certainly not looking very happy. And they most certainly are not looking very healthy either. my delicious little babies, okay? There appears to be rather a lot of underweight. So, they do not look a healthy weight. Do you understand what I mean? My delicious little babies, okay? But it's well worth listening. So, they are asked a number of questions, okay, and they are answering it, okay, my delicious little babies. Now, for some in the geopolitical, you've probably seen this, but for myself, I have not, okay, but it is certainly, there we are, well worth a watch, my delicious little babies, okay. Um, but I'm pretty sure that we could safely say that I just do not feel that they would ever want to return back to any army, my delicious little babies, not at all. Okay, my delicious little babies, and that's the end of our video today. To you all, my little beautifuls, and I hope that wherever you are in the world, that life and the weather, there we are, is treating you most deliciously. So whether it's morning, afternoon or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunny, sending peace, love, harmony and bright blessings to each and every one of you. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families all be fully protected. So until my next video, my little beautifuls, you just take care of yourselves now. Please try to take care of others. But yes, they are all are, sorry, very interesting videos. But that one in particular, my delicious little babies. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. Because of course all is not as it seems, very clearly, my delicious little babies, okay. Which of course others would have been done and have been talking about this sort of thing, my delicious little babies, okay. There was another couple of videos that I've still got, but I've not written down because that's enough. There we are. I just feel that that's enough for now, my delicious little babies. But but you've got our lovely UK column, okay, and with anybody like I say, not in that way, not in that way. UK column news on YouTube, my delicious little babies. They happen to have 13.1 thousand subscribers. You happen to have our lovely davidite.com. He has his own website. You happen to have our lovely iconic Space Gareth Space Arc. I think they're up to 7.31 thousand subscribers now, my delicious little babies, on old YouTube as well, my delicious little babies. But you can find their videos on their dear dad's davidart.com's website. Okay, my delicious little babies, okay. And that's all that I am advertising today. Oh yeah, the other one is our lovely, not in that way, not in that way, our lovely Mag Bitter Truth official on YouTube, my delicious little babies. He's up to 13.1 thousand subscribers as well, my delicious little babies. Okay, so I just try to give out, different videos of different uploaders, as and when my delicious little babies can. So, and of course, that China one's very important, because there are a lot more now, my delicious little babies, that we are talking about this, okay, to do with what's going on, my delicious little babies, which is clearly not very nice at all, my delicious little babies. It's actually very putrid and disgusting. Okay, so until my next video, you just take care once again. How I love you so. Thank you so very much for any views, for any likes, and for the occasional comments, and how I will always love you so. So thank you once again. Take care. Blessings. Goodbye.